presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Andy in Boulder, Colorado. Hey, Andy, what's going on, brother?
Not much, Tom. How you doing?
I'm great, man. Yourself?
Pretty good. Hey, congratulations on the grandbaby.
Yes, thank you. I know. Tommy just sent me a picture. I mean, it's gorgeous out right now. He just was taking him out for his first walk this morning.
All right.
He's growling and prowling already.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day, and I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating out there, folks. Have a great time, man. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you're right. You may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow down 17, NASDAQ off 61, S&P's off 4.5, gold contract up $13.70, traded at $18.08 an ounce. You get silver up 32 cents, $23.95 an ounce. Light sweet crude up $2.5, $79.98 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year note down 9 ticks, trading at a price point of 113.08. The 30-year off 27 ticks at 127.19. We get the 10-year right now, folks, yielding 3.715. And King Dollar. King Dollar's down 92 ticks, trading 104.338. Euro is at 106. The yen is at 132.85. And the British pound is at 120 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. The world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. Well, what we have is this. You have an ABC structure down. You have a monthly in the S&P down. You have a monthly and the Qs down. And now we have a daily in both of them also. So the bottom line is that you can expect lower prices coming at you the next few weeks, folks. Okay, bottom line, you broke the B points yesterday. You broke them with volume. And, you know, on the SPY, the bottom line is that your projection is just about almost at that low. It's a little above the low. Right now, the low is 348. Right now, you're at 380. Inside of the NDX 100, it's a whole different animal. The Qs, the projection on the Qs is $10 lower than the October low. So I expect what you're going to see here, we're going to blow away this October low. The October low is 254, and your projection is 244. So you're talking about some big numbers here. We go to the gold contract. We take a look at the gold contract. What happened out here yesterday? Gold came down, had volume. This is the worst thing that gold could actually do today, because the bottom line is that now what you're going to have, let's take a look at this. There we go. So what you're going to have here now is that yesterday we came down with 176,000 contracts. You're doing 76,000 now, so you're going to be up at 100 or something like this, okay? Bottom line, that's not what you're looking for if you're inside the metals market. We're going to take a look at King Dollar, and you're going to see just the opposite. King Dollar's rejected lower price out here once again. You know, it doesn't have any juice, but the bottom line is that you rejected lower price. You know, we got to 104, 124 today. You know, you're a couple hundred, you're 100 ticks off of it, but the bottom line is that, you know, it doesn't want lower price. That's how this baby is setting up right now. We go take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. And today is going to be a really light volume day, folks. You got Tesla. That's just not stopping. They're gonna write books about this one, man. Tesla's down $2. You got Apple down 158. You got Amazon flat. Nvidia's down 260. Now Nvidia was down $12 yesterday too. So it's pretty. The volatility is like wild out here, man. You got. Let's go inside the Dow Industrials and take a look at the strength versus the weakness inside the Dow. So inside the Dow Industrials, what we have happening out here, point-wise, is that you have Chevron putting 29 positive points, Travelers 12, Honeywell 8. Taken away from it, you got 3M minus 16, nothing heavy out here, minus 16, Apple minus 10, Microsoft minus 10. Inside the NDX 100, what do we have? the inside the NDX, you get Charter Communications up 2%. PayPal's up, Paychecks, that's good, up 1.8%. I'm going to pull that back. Taken away from it, Moderna's down 4.3%. Is that Rivian? Yeah, Rivian's down 3.8%. Lucid's down 3.8%. So let's go. I'm going to go to Paychecks here for take a look at this, because this is where, we brought up Cintas. Cintas chart was at highs. So my point is that looking for the aspect of, are we going into recession or not? So we take a look at Paychecks. We have with Paychecks, yeah, this is just a bounce. Okay. So Paychecks came down hard. Yeah, this came down hard. Let me pull this back. Put this on a weekly. Okay, so I see what happens here. So this is going to the bottom of its consolidation. That brings you all the way back to 2021. Yeah, this is you're coming down with volume. The last, okay, let me just see this. 105.69 was 3.4 million. We've done 3.9, and that's on the weekly. So you're coming down into that swing with volume. It's building cause to break it. So we'll see how this shakes out. This one's, it's important to basically keep your eyes on a Paychecks, on a Syntax. The reason being is that if we're going to come into a full-blown recession, what you're going to see is that those equities are going to be lower. That's the bottom line, because you're going to have less people on payrolls, you're going to have less people paying for the service versus maybe they start pulling back on expenses. They'll start doing it themselves. Most times what it is, it's not that part of it. Most times what it is that the aspect of that you don't have enough new companies that are coming on board. That's what it really comes down to. Let's go take a look at a few of these gold equities. So we'll go take a look at an Eco Eagle first. We got an Eco Eagle. So you get a sideways move. Now this is going to be subtle. This is going to be interesting to see how this shakes out, because yesterday it came down slightly, just with 2.3 million. You're doing 545,000, going higher today. If we go take a look at, let's go take a look at Barrick, because what Barrick did do, Barrick looked like, it had real juice and it did when it came into this last swing. Now, what's going to happen? Okay, the swing I'm talking about is this. So we had volume with Barrick at 1764. It did 28 million. Then we tested it with 20. We came down yesterday with 16. And, it's going up today with 4. It's not a bad, we'll see. What you don't want to do if you own Barrick, you do not want to see this test this high up here. If it laid right here, it'd be pretty good, because when you're going sideways, if you can lay at the top of the range, even when you're going sideways, the longer that you lay at that top, the more probabilities that you're going to basically break through that top. In this particular case, that's probably, I would say, that the equities I look at in the gold market, that has the best indication that it may break topside. The rest of them, I'm still that we're going downtown. I'm still in the context that this dollar is basically going to run higher. Dow Industrials right now, 49, Nasdaq's down 35, S&Ps are up 3. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now trading up at 22. Nasdaq's down 44. S&P's are flat. And if we go take a look at, let's go take a look at a couple of the Tigers. Just brought up a good point that it's pretty amazing. You know, if we take a look at Amazon, that in 1 year, they're saying that it lost $1 trillion in market cap, that is. Yeah, which would make sense. Oh, my God, look at that. $172. So in 1 year, you're talking about $172 down to 84. That is a big number. There's no doubt. And you can see that what is going to affect, and then now let's look at this. That is huge. And if you heard Tommy this morning, I thought it was really intriguing, the aspect of, he was bringing up the aspect of the percentage move in the indices, meaning the S&P, versus Tesla. And, you know, Musk was out here saying, oh, no, this is the market and all this, okay, and Tommy was showing that, no, it wasn't the market, that Tesla's down 55% more than the market, yeah, in 3 months. Now, you take a look at this. This is, like, insane. This is, in 1 year, you went from $402, and we're at $123. Yeah. I mean, you know what's so intriguing about this? I really wonder that, you know, you have these big dogs, right, that have been in Tesla. And it's like, it's hard to comprehend that they could stay in this from the price point of like a 412, and then you want 123. It's like, okay, you know, and this is where the aspect comes in, folks, about when you basically saying, okay, I'm in for the long run. Well, if you're in for the long run, when do you plan on taking their money? I mean, that's always a big deal. There's no two ways about it. It's like, okay, so what does the long run mean? You know, I've been doing this long enough, and this is where if these are in IRAs, it's one thing, okay? Meaning that you should be selling, you know, well, if you're in the market every day and you know, understand risk and reward, that, you know, when you have something that's up 400% or 500%, I mean, do you really think it's going to go up 2,500%? You know, and what has happened I would say in my career, I've seen all of these, man. What happens is that you have runs, and then you get smoked. Then you have runs, and then you get smoked. So you got to understand that even if it's in a taxable account, when you get runs like that, man, you got to just take your money and pay the taxes. Big freaking deal, right? There's like, yeah, it's like and if you don't, then you basically, you're going to have, on a downdraft like this, you're not going to have to worry about paying taxes because you're not only going to not make money, you're going to lose money. And then, unfortunately, what ends up happening with all of us, okay, is that when you lose money, what happens is that you get used to that price. Now, there's certain, because of the way that we've moved, right, people aren't getting used to the price because of the fact we've come down so fast. But let's picture this. If we go sideways, let's picture we have a large ABC structure down. So my take is that we're going to go after that ABC structure down. Now, at that point, that doesn't mean that the market's just going to snap right back. So if we get, first off, we get down there, then you get down there, and then if we just move sideways for a year, you're going to see a lot more selling, man. It's going to be slower selling, okay? But because what tends to happen is this. Then people get used to that price and say, I don't have that money anyway, but now I need money, I'm going to sell. So there's just so many implications inside it. Tesla, Musk came out and says, I'm not selling stock for a year and a half or 2 years. Well, so what? It doesn't matter. Tesla's over, man. That whole scene is over. That's my take on it. It's lock, stock, and barrel. See ya, don't want to be ya. Now, let's go over to Apple, because Apple also has held up better than other equities. But when you take a look at Apple, man, Apple's going nowhere but down, too. We take a look at a yearly on Apple, you're looking at a price point of $182 down to $131. Now, that's 10 times better than what we've been looking at. But that being said, we're on the way down to $129. Right next to it, actually. Hold on. Is that 120? This is going to be dangerous, man. Let me pull this back more. Put this on a monthly. Yeah. Right there is the next time. Okay, so right there, you know what Apple's saying, man? Apple's saying it wants to go to 103. That's what you have. And where I'm going with that is this. You can see where I have the bar. That's the last time we had any type of volume, and it wasn't great volume. But at the high of that, it's 137.98. You're already into that 137.98 by 6 points. So 103 is the bottom of that. You can see that was 2 months that you had some good action. That was going back to August of 2020 and September of 2020. You break that, and then we know where it's going. Then you're talking about $76. That's the highs of the lows. And if that's something that it's bad enough just at the first leg. Okay, so the first leg, because what ends up happening, Apple is in all of these indices. It's the largest weighting, in fact, in all of these indices. Let's get over to the oil market. So the oil market's got to get some runs going. Take a look at so you get 234,000 contracts. We got a swing point higher. That's what it's going for. Yeah, I see. Okay, so January, that's okay. So you get 23,000 contracts right now. No, this is not it. CLA. Maybe it is it. Yeah, no, it is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we take a look at this. Yeah, this wants to get up to that swing. That's what I suspect. Let me pull this up. So we're up 256 right now. Today's going to... This is what you don't want to happen on days like this. But I suspect it's going to try to test this swing. The swing up there is 82.75. Right now you're 80.02. If we go over to the XLE, we take a look at the XLE. Yeah, no traction. Weird. Up 230. Let's go to Chevron, because that is the biggest mover inside the Dow Industrials today, and it should be. You get Chevron. Yeah, same setup. There's no action. Chevron's at $5. with no volume. We take a look at ExxonMobil. That's up 264, also at no volume. This is not what you like to see. You want just the opposite if you are thinking you want higher price. And just the opposite in a low volume day, folks, would be going sideways or you're pulling back a bit. You know, the indices, we know the indices are an ABC structure on the way down. And, you know, it's going to be all about this dollar when we come back. That's how this is shaking out. If we go over to the yen, what you're going to see, you know, the yen never broke its swing. And, you know, from that point, you know, you're crawling higher again. The swing we're talking about on the yen is this one that we're going back into July. That was the 130.41, and we had hit 130.58. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 20, Nasdaq's down 35, S&Ps are trading up 1. And let's go into Google and see, yearly what some of these equities have done, because there's no doubt that there's been some beatings out here. So we take a look at Google. We bring this back a year. And Google, God, this is 148 to 40, 148 to 89. Yeah, you're talking. These are real hits, man. In a monster way. Microsoft, I think Microsoft's in a little bit better shape, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look here. So Microsoft right now, bring this back a year. Wow, that's a hit. 344 to 237. Yeah. So you're talking about. The thing that's amazing, and you can see why, that there's definitely, folks that, bottom line is that they're saying, hey, man, things are down in an incredible way. And, I might start buying up here. Just look at this. So at that level, so look at this for a second, though. This is intriguing. Microsoft, even though it lost 33%, you're still paying $24.74 for $1 of earnings. It's still running at a 24, which is a monster number, by the way. Okay, let's go some AM. I want to see what some of these fundamental numbers are. So Amazon, Amazon doesn't have a PE because it didn't make any money last time. I'm going to go back to Microsoft 1 second because I want to see what they're expecting in numbers. So if you're running at a 24 PE, you're going to take what the growth is. Okay, so they're growing 4% a year. 5%, 5.5% a year in the United States and internationally. They're growing at about 5.5% a year. So you can basically deduct that, and you're saying, okay, you're paying 19 for it. If we go to Amazon, we know that Amazon, they come in with, okay, so Amazon's growing at 7% a year outside of the AWS. AWS is growing at 11% a year. They plan on taking $145 billion into their top line and 20 cents to the bottom line. What the difference is, this gets pretty intriguing. So in the year 2022 that we're finishing up, Amazon is going to lose, it looks like, 10 cents. Even though I'm not quite sure where that gets, because that's saying, like when you look at these numbers, it's saying that it shouldn't be losing anything. Because they made 21 cents the first quarter, 10 cents the second, 36 cents the third, and now they're going to make 20. But anyway, for the year, they're saying they're going to lose 10 cents, okay? Versus next year, they're saying they're going to basically make $1.70. So whatever is happening with Amazon, they're looking that, this thing's going to be basically making some money. Now, let's go to a couple of the oils. ExxonMobil. Let's take a look at this number. So Exxon's, look at this number. This is interesting. So Exxon's trading at a PE of 7, folks, okay? They pay a yield of 3.67. They plan on doing, I see, okay, the last 2 quarters were the bigger quarters. Their numbers are coming down on this quarter. So this is what they're looking for. Last quarter, they did $112 billion. The quarter before that, $115 billion. This quarter, come down to $94 billion, and they plan on making $3.25. Now, you see what's happening here, though? That as an Exxon, the Exxon is not growing at all. But you can see the PE, that's a good PE, man. When you start talking about the aspect, okay, where it is, what they're paying. If we look at Chevron's running at a 9 PE. They're looking to do $56 billion and bring 4, yeah. So the peak, the way the oil companies are looking, Chevron's actually still growing. Chevron's growing about 3% a year in the United States, and basically, 0.8% in the world. But if you take a look at these numbers, it looks like the oil companies themselves are saying that they tapped out the last 2 quarters. Now, let's go take a look at a couple of the chips. We take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, oh, look at this, man. This is sick. So even at this price, NVIDIA, right, is trading at a 46 PE, folks. You're paying $46 for $1 worth of earnings. Okay, let's see what this one's saying. This is intense. Actually, first, I want to look at this, see where I think NVIDIA is going. So if we take a look at NVIDIA, you had a huge counter trend bounce. Let's pull this up. Put this on a weekly. Okay, so on a weekly, that swing was 192. Yeah, I couldn't get to the swing. That's the problem. Put this on a monthly. What a chart this is, man. 346. 2 months ago, it was at 108. This is a problem. It's going back to 108, number one. Now the question is going to be, what else is it going to do? Wow. Yeah. I would suggest that, what we have here is that we'll see where these earnings come out, because the reality is that everything is basically, I suspect, going to cost more and they're going to make less. That's when you start looking at some of these numbers out here. The thing that's amazing, okay, the way this normally works, folks, okay, on downdrafts, is that the overall PE in the marketplace in general. So the way it goes is that we went up to a 24. If I use the whole S&P 500, went up to a 24, average right across the deal. The bottom line is that a 14 is where it's at, meaning, your risk reward. And when you get a downdraft, normally we'll get below 14 on the S&P earnings, okay? And you can see when you start talking 47 PE still, that's a whole different animal. And I can understand why people can get excited about it, because if you look at just the price, it's like, oh man, this is down $200. What you have to keep in mind is that the acceleration up during COVID, okay, was just like the acceleration. It was probably a bigger acceleration than we had between 1998 and the crash of 2000, And now these are coming back to earth. And when they come back to earth, folks that haven't seen actually how far equities can actually go down, I'm sure that they just don't understand it, because the first couple times that you do see that, it's hard to comprehend that. Why would someone pay $350 for something, and then all of a sudden 6 months later, the thing is at $150? What I've always seen is this. They always had that mantra, oh, the market's 6 months ahead of itself. To me, that's BS, man, because it has always been. In fact, Tommy said this. So picture this. Tommy's been in this market, my God, I think it's 25 years, whatever. I mean, he was behind a desk, I think, when he was in high school. Yeah, he was. So he said to me one day, how does oil fluctuate like something that we use every single day? Like, in that particular case, this is that going that long. It was only fluctuating 50 or 75 cents, but that was monster money. And that's the fact. It's like, because to me, the market is the market, and whatever the price is the price. But you can't tell me that the market doesn't get out of its mind on the way up and out of its mind on the way down, So I don't see that, the market actually tells you where everything's going. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials up 101, Nasdaq's down 6, S&Ps are up 11. Let's go take a look at the gas market. I'm going to go, they want to look at the UNG, but first I'm going to go to the active gas contract, folks. So you got the natural gas contract, and when we talk, by the way, natural gas contract, okay, you should understand what this is. What this comes out of the 23, am I pulling the right one? Yeah. So this is the bottom line as in what gas is costing in Louisiana. That's how this shakes out. That's the contract that trades, okay? So right now you're trading at 508, and that's what the UNG is off of, okay? So we're going to do this first. Yeah, this is going lower. The natural gas is not going anywhere. I don't care how cold it gets. It's crazy, but that's the bottom line. That's how this is set up, man. You know, let me pull NG1. Okay, so if we pull this up right now, you're going to see, I'm going to put this on a weekly, couple-year weekly. Yeah. I mean, natural gas peaked. It peaked at 966. No, what is it? It peaked in August. $10. $10, you're at 590. You're slamming on the bottom. You know, if you break the 475, you're going down to, 424. And what you have here is that, realistically, believe it or not, even because we're in December 23rd, the natural gas market's over. I understand, there's cold coming across the whole world, okay? But the bottom line, all that gas that's out there is out there. We're already into the spring, okay? That's how this shakes out. If we take a look at the UNG, the bottom line is that you have the low out here is 1169. The high was 3450. We're trading right now at $15, and you can see this thing is going, 4 months, you just went from $34 down to $15. We take this. Yeah, this thing's going down to, if you're in this thing, just get out of it, man. I mean, this thing, in fact, it's an ABC down. Yeah, this is an ABC down. Hey, look at this. This is an ABC down. It's a monster, too. So your A point is 3450. Your B is 17. So you got what? That's 313. That's 17. Yeah, it's going to $8. The low is 822. It's an ABC down. Took out the B point, took it out with volume. Here's the B point. The B point was 1741. You need 31 million shares. You blew it away with 46 million shares. And, the natural gas, yeah, anyway, you get the gist of it. And it's like frozen everywhere. Something that you want to wrap your head around is that these vehicles are great to trade, right? But you can't do the aspect that, it's going to be cold, so natural gas is going to go to the moon. Particularly because the natural gas market is coming out of Louisiana. And the way natural gas works is that you need the pipeline. If all of us could figure out how to get the pipeline, just how to take the gas that comes out of Louisiana and then bring it somewhere else, you'd be fine. Better yet, you can get gas for free if you can basically figure out how to take it out in the Permian Basin in Texas, okay? Because the bottom line, we were talking about this, what, about 3 months ago? Two months ago. That gas went negative. But that was there, not in Louisiana, okay? So you get the gist of it. There's plenty of, we have more natural gas than we know what to do with. That's the reality. And, what has happened is the aspect of where you can get it to is crucial. And I'm sure people have been working on it for a long period of time and they still can't figure out. You can do the liquefied natural gas, and what has happened with those big liquid natural gas, I suspect what they're doing ASAP, they're coming out of Louisiana and then they're going right over to Europe because that's where the bread is. That's where you can make a huge amount of money. Let's go take a look at the SLV because we have silver that has held up. We take a look at the SLV out here. That's the ETF structure for silver. Well, you got to have a high volume high. So that's saying that once it gets tested, that would be at the 22.32 level. That's how that is set up right now. That has volume up there. So this here is actually stronger than the gold market. That's how that is set up right now. Let's go to Brent Martinez. Hey, Brent, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Doing very well, thank you.
Good. So, Taseko.
Wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You
and, of
also.
course, the whole Tiger family.
Let's make it a great one. Let's make it a great New Year. Totally. So.
I was calling about the TGB.
Okay.
I'm in this around $1, and I just want to get your thoughts on it, and maybe you can look at the actual fundamentals on it. But it just seemed like we had a pretty good day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It had a sign of strength and some volume, and just want to get your thoughts in general.
Are you hiking up the mountains?
I am.
I love it. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so let's take a look. He's getting good exercise in his body and his mind. The low's 89, the high's 240, and this company here, folks, is a very large copper company, and it's a very highly volatile equity also, and it's a personality. Let's put it that way. So we take a look at this. You got a monster day. You broke swings. I got a monster ABC up. Awesome. Yeah. Let's put it on a weekly. Okay. Yep. Okay, here we go. So you get 145. Yeah, that's 50 cents. That gets you $1.70. And the swing, you're inside. So, the ABC up is $1.70, Brent. And you are inside this. Once you got inside 149, that's the higher range, So I would stay there, man. I believe that you've traded this before. So, this equity, folks, is a highly volatile, and I call them a personality stock. So what ends up happening when it does run, you got to take your money. In this particular case, what is happening is that when I'm looking at these numbers, then they would, that I suspect whatever they come out with, they plan on going from 89 million a quarter to 112 million a quarter and average out to about, at least 100 to 105 million a quarter. So that's a big number, man. There's no doubt about that. HG, let's go take a look at the copper contract. So we take a look at the copper contract. We're trading 379. And copper's held up, man. Let me see, HG1. Okay, so we'll put this. Now, the HG1, folks, is a continuous contract, so you can put it on a longer-term basis. Yeah, I'd stay there, man. Copper's it's gonna be hard to get copper by 405, Brent, but the last high up here, 396, that wants to go for it, which would bring your TGB more than likely up into those numbers.
Okay, thanks so much, Tom. Just have a great day and a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Have a great hike. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 77, Nasdaq's down 34, S&P's up 4. And you can expect this type of action all day long, folks. That's how this thing is laying out right now, meaning that you're not going to move around too much inside of this marketplace. And you know, as when Basil was getting off bottom line, he was saying that wouldn't, you could get a shot topside come into the close, and I suspect the exact same thing. I mean, if we take a look at the E-minis for a second, we know you can always go both ways, but what does happen, because you get a little shot, you can get a little goose coming up into that. There's no doubt about that. And does it mean anything? No, it's not going to mean anything, because what we're going to have is that you're going to have light volume. So the way the market's set up out here is the bottom line is that, you have the, we come back Tuesday, you go Tuesday to Friday, and then guess what? Then we kick off a new year. That's how this thing is shaking out. And we'll see how the currencies basically react. It's going to be, it's all about bonds and currencies right now. And the reason being, folks, it's all about interest rate structure. So the interest rate structure runs the whole ball of wax, because what is the cost of money versus how much money you can make on the cost of money? And the bottom line is that in order to do anything, you need money in order to do it, right? That's how this thing shakes out. And And, you know, one of our tigers is saying that the year 2023 is going to be the year of RNA biotech. And guess what? That's exactly what you want to happen, folks, because the new RNA, you know, deal is going to help a huge amount of people. There's no doubt about that, man. That is something that if you don't understand it, it's something that you want to get your head wrapped around. Because the fact of the matter is that as we progress, they are going to be slicing and dicing ourselves. And that's up to you, you know, what you think about that. My take is that it's an amazing miracle that what some of these companies can actually do. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great Christmas. Have a great Hanukkah. Have a great whatever you are celebrating, folks. And as Tommy said, don't drink and drive, man. That's the bottom line. We want to see you all back here having fun. Have a great one. Have a safe one, folks. Look at them, folks.